Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Understandably, to a certain extent, it's not good for the industry when those that are on the list are using or weaponising, I would go as far as to say, by some trade associations, and actively going out and discouraging retailers and identifying products and saying, take it off the market, it's an unlawful product, but they're all unlawful. So, personally, I think there should be an announcement, but potentially on the website to clarify some of the issues you said there, because the press release yesterday talked about a local enforcement agency being able to contact you to see if somebody was coming on the list, but wasn't clear a retailer could do that.
I'm a bit hesitant on retailers because obviously there's a confidentiality issue with companies. So if the company allows us to talk to the retailer about their status, then we can do. But we're not, we shouldn't be talking about statuses of applications and everything else that's not public directly with the retailer without the permission of the company. So that's what I'm meaning there. It's there are ways and means, and forwarding or if you've had the message to the retailer to prove it. If you get permission, we're happy to respond as well.
Okay, thank you.
That was on the implication that the public list was complete, and therefore those products that could be directly accessible on the database would prove whether they're in an active application or not. The idea was that we were saying that if you remain as an active application, then enforcement, or what our suggestion to local authorities is not to enforce those, is to prioritise those not on active application system, which should be the ones on the public list. At the moment there's obviously some that aren't on the list, but it's the principle that enforcement agencies should take into account the products linked to active applications.
But the question I had was that your policy was that the brands should voluntarily withdraw from the market because they're not on the list. But the point we've made yesterday is that actually there may be brands who ought to be on the list who are not.
What I'm saying is it's the active application part. So those that knew they were those that knew that they were no longer in an active application, they are the ones we said you should now voluntarily withdraw. Okay? The public list is a reflection of the active applications. Now, at the moment there's some that need to go on with the update now, but that doesn't change the principle that it's the active application.
If a brand is currently continuing to be engaged with the FSA pursuing an application, then they're okay to remain in the market from your perspective.
If we hadn't said that, if an application hasn't been withdrawn, an application hasn't been said that you are no longer progressing, that's still an active application.
Thanks, Paul. We'll come back to the list in a moment, but looking at timescales, obviously we've got some individuals companies that have conducted their own toxicology, we've got the collegiate approach. Could you give us an indication of the latest date you expect to receive any toxicology information?
Yeah, there's obviously plans with some organisations to feed in the extra toxicology information that we've agreed as part of the awaiting evidence package. There's no one set date for that. We were required as part of the getting onto the awaiting evidence category that we had to agree that the timescales for delivery of the data, toxicology data, stability data, the rest of the stuff, was realistic, was achievable, and fitted within our expectation. So there will be different deliveries of data throughout this period. The expectation is that we will have everything that's on the current list of waiting evidence will be either removed if the validation can't carry on. So if the data isn't sufficient to actually be allowed to do the legal validation, they will be removed. Or they will change status from awaiting evidence to validating. So nothing in the current pack should be exported.
So if we've got a situation where I understand there are certain organisations indicated that the TOC's full report will be available at the end of this year.